Hello everyone, welcome to the Career Path discussion series by Uplatz. In this video, we will discuss about the career path of a virtual reality developer, that is, the VR developer. How can virtual reality developers balance innovation with user safety, ensuring that immersive experiences are both groundbreaking and responsible in terms of physical and psychological well being? VR developers are at the forefront of revolutionizing industries beyond gaming, transforming sectors like healthcare, education, and architecture. For example, VR developers are creating simulations that allow doctors to practice surgeries in a risk free environment, or enabling architects to walk clients through 3D models of buildings before construction even begins. So, without any delay, let's start the session. So, this is the agenda of today's discussion. So, first, introduction. A virtual reality developer is responsible for creating immersive virtual experiences using specialized software and hardware. These developers design and build interactive 3D environments that users can explore and interact through VR headsets and controllers. The virtual reality industry has expanded rapidly in sectors like gaming, healthcare, education, real estate, and even remote work environments. As the technology evolves, the demand for skilled VR developers continues to grow. The primary goal of a VR developer is to create realistic and engaging virtual environments that provide an enhanced user experience. VR developers work with 3D graphics, motion tracking, and user interaction principles to design virtual worlds that feel real to the users. So, who is a VR developer? A VR developer is a professional who specializes in creating VR applications, games, and simulations. This role requires expertise in computer programming, 3D graphics, and a deep understanding of VR hardware like headsets, sensors, controllers, etc., and software development frameworks. Key responsibilities of VR developers include coding VR interactions, designing realistic virtual environments, optimizing VR performance, and ensuring the software works smoothly across various platforms and devices. They work closely with artists, designers, and engineers to build the virtual worlds and experiences users interact with. So, what are the roles and responsibilities of VR developer? The VR developer has a range of responsibilities depending on the project and organization. Common duties include designing VR experiences, programming VR interactions, programming with VR hardware, optimizing performance, testing and debugging. So, creating interactive 3D environments that are engaging and realistic. This includes the virtual world's layout, lighting, textures, and interaction methods. Writing code to enable users to interact with the virtual world. This can involve coding object manipulation, movement, gestures, and user triggered events using specialized VR development tools. Working with VR hardware, familiarity with VR headsets like Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, PlayStation VR, and others, motion controllers, and haptic feedback systems to ensure optimal user immersion and interaction, optimizing performance, testing and debugging, collaborating with designers and artists, staying updated with VR trends, user interface, and user experience design. The VR experiences high demand frame rates and low latency to prevent motion sickness. Developers need to optimize graphics and code to ensure smooth and responsive performance. Continuously testing the VR application to identify bugs and performance issues. Developers also ensure the VR experience works across different platforms and devices. Working closely with graphic designers and artists to integrate high quality 3D models, animations, and textures into the VR environment. Keeping with the latest advancements in VR hardware, software, and industry trends to create cutting edge experiences. Ensuring that the VR experience is intuitive and comfortable, including the design of virtual interfaces, navigation systems, and user interactions. Creating cross platform applications, developing VR applications that are compatible with a variety of devices. Other skills and certifications. To be an effective VR developer, a combination of technical, creative, and problem solving skills is necessary. Some key skills include programming languages, proficiency in languages like C++, C Sharp, and JavaScript. C Sharp is commonly used in Unity, one of the most popular game development engines for VR. Game engines. Expertise in game engines such as Unity 3D or Unreal Engine is critical. Both are used extensively for VR development, with Unity being the popular choice for VR applications due to its cross platform capabilities. 3D graphics, knowledge of 3D modeling and rendering, as well as working with graphic APIs such as OpenGL or DirectX is essential for creating realistic environments. VR software development kits and APIs. Familiarity with VR development frameworks like Oculus SDK, Vive SDK, Windows Mixed Reality, and Google Cardboard SDK. Mathematics and physics. A strong understanding of 3D mathematics such as vector math, matrices, and geometry is crucial for accurately representing the virtual world and simulating physics. VR interaction design. Understanding the principles of user interaction within VR, such as gaze based interaction, hand tracking, motion controllers, and spatial audio. Performance optimization. VR applications need to run at high frame rates to avoid motion sickness and ensure smooth user experiences. This requires knowledge of optimization techniques for rendering, memory management, and code efficiency. User centered design. A focus on creating intuitive and engaging user interfaces and experiences that are comfortable for users to interact with. Problem solving skills. The ability to troubleshoot complex issues, debug code, and resolve performance related challenges unique to VR environments. Now, what are the relevant certifications for VR developers? So, bachelor's in computer science, game development, interactive media, or a related field. Unity certified developer, which focuses on Unity game engine skills. Unreal Engine certification for developers using Unreal Engine for VR. Google VR Development Certificate, a certification from Google to build virtual reality applications using Google's platforms and technologies. Autodesk 3D modeling certifications. If your role involves creating 3D assets for VR, this certification can be helpful. Additionally, many VR developers enhance their skills by taking online courses in VR development, game engines, and 3D graphics. So, what are the career opportunities and growth? So, first we will discuss about the salary. The salary for a VR developer can range depending on the different factors, but on an average, an entry level VR developer can earn between $60,000 to $80,000 per year. A mid level VR developer can earn between $80,000 to $110,000 per year. Senior VR developer can earn between $110,000 to $150,000 per year. VR development manager can earn between $130,000 to $180,000 per year. The salaries may also vary depending on the company, industry, and geographical location. Developers working in large tech hubs may earn higher salaries. So, VR development is an emerging field with many career opportunities. Some of the potential career paths include junior VR developer, VR developer, senior VR developer, VR game developer, specializing in VR based games, working closely with designers and artists to create immersive gaming experiences. VR designer, focusing on the user experience and interface design of VR environments, ensuring that interactions are intuitive and user friendly. VR development manager, leading a team of VR developers overseeing projects and ensuring timely delivery of high quality VR experiences. Freelance VR developer. So, as the market grows, there are also opportunities to branch into augmented reality development, which often overlaps with VR in terms of technologies and skill sets. So, we discussed about the salary expectations. So, how to start your journey? So, learn programming and game engines. Start by learning foundational programming languages like C++ or C Sharp and become familiar with game engines like Unity and Unreal Engine. There are many free and paid resources, including online tutorials and courses on platforms like Uplatz. Understand VR hardware and platforms. Build projects. Start by building small VR projects. Create simple VR experiences and experiments to test your knowledge. This could include basic 3D environments, interactive objects, and simple games. Focus on optimization and performance. Learn how to optimize your VR applications for smooth performance. VR experiences require high frame rates and low latency, so mastering performance optimization is critical. Join VR communities, build a portfolio. As you gain experience, build a portfolio showcasing your VR projects. A strong portfolio of projects, including personal work and collaboration projects, will help you stand out to potential employers or clients. And always stay updated. Conclusion and call to action. Becoming a virtual reality developer is an exciting and rewarding career path with the potential to shape the future of immersive technologies. The field offers a wide range of opportunities from gaming and entertainment to healthcare, education, and beyond. So, if you're passionate about technology and want to work on cutting edge of user experience, then consider pursuing a career as a VR developer. Start by learning programming, exploring game engines, build VR projects, and staying up to date with VR trends. With dedication and creativity, you can be part of the next wave of innovation in the world of virtual reality. Thank you.